Now let's talking about why one guy prefer to buy a new car, but another guy prefer to continue repair the old one. Sometimes you think you want new car just because another guy is saying that they want new cars. What we want and what makes us happy is probably absolutely different things sometimes.
Patrick's Garage.
Grab your snack, welcome back. This is our environment. If you admire this person, you want to repeat, you want the same things. We admire this person, so advertising works that way. We want the same things. We watching TV. Advertising works that way. We watching TV sets. We reading these magazines and our glance to this picture, we want the same things. We want to repeat each another like sheep. Right now, you can't find advertising for the cars from the past. But you noticed you communicate with people making the same thing. You noticed the people which they doing. You noticed your relatives doing these things with car. You know, my uncle George preferred to buy new car, so he liked to brave these things, new cars, but I know that my father-in-law repaired old car and I noticed that this is a really fascinating process. My father repaired old car, and this is was interesting for me and I observed these things about old cars, what they doing. So, and in my mind, it was imprinted more deeper than advertising with new cars. So, and the thing is that new cars are unaffordable for average guy. You want to admit that these things that you can't to go to get your month payment and buy a new car, but you can get your money which was earned 1 month and you can go and buy old car. So and you gonna to repair this car all the time. You're gonna buy the new parts for this car and you want to repair these things by own hand because you noticed that these things was done before by previous generations. You don't want to watching the advertising. You watching what doing the guys which you was surrounded by these persons which prefer to repair cars. But when you're surrounded by guys, these persons want to buy new cars. Probably you also want to buy new cars, but new cars not always can offer you which you have with old cars. If we dig more deeper, we can find that we pack oriented. As average guy, we pack oriented people. We want to do the same things, and all our we learn by this the same things, and they teach us. So we repeat what we see. We repeat to another person, and this advertising and all this teaching process also build on these instincts to repeat what we observe. So if we don't want to repeat these things, we just avoid. We avoid this situation where we see new cars or where we see old cars. We don't want to repeat to these persons. We prefer to buy a new car. We communicate with these persons which do the same things and we repeat subconsciously. We repeat to the same person the same behavior. We can repeat this behavior and do the same things because I want to observe. I'm interesting how to repair the things. So I want to watching the videos how they repairing these things. They teaching me how to do these things, and I want to repeat also. I'm get experience from them, and I get my own experience. And thing is, if other dudes can get decent cars, so you can do. If other dudes want to restore old cars, and you can do the same things if you want. And main question, repair or not repair? This infinite question of buy new car or not buy new car. You decide what you want to do. Do we want to enjoy with old cars? We have to enjoy these cars, and we used to enjoy these old cars the same way that we used to driving around, and they prefer to enjoy these cars, old cars, rear-wheel drive, rubber, burn rubbers. This person like to burn rubber on wheels, and with the front-wheel drive, especially with CVT transmission, you can't to implement these tricks the same way, so it will be healthy for car. You can destroy transmission, and I'm never going to be burn rubber, but they want to burn rubber. This enjoyable for them, but I can't imagine how you can do this with CVT transmission, with front wheel drive. Yes, you can do this with rear wheel drive, with front wheel drive. I'm never telling you to make you bet what you prefer, you want to doing. You want to buy a new car, you want to repair old car. You can do what you want, and you observe what doing that person. Other dudes can get decent cars, so you can do. You can do what you want. You can buy front wheel drive, you can buy rear wheel drive. Main thing, you enjoy this process. For me, interesting to repair my car and driving around on my old car, it's enough. It's enough for me. I'm not require really high speed, and I don't want to have these gas hogs with absolutely big cars for me. For me, will be enough. Old car, old Volvo, which reliable. I can repair this car. I'm able to repair this car. It not require too much money for maintenance, so I want to sell these cars. And I want to repair one car. I want to put in a garage and disassemble and tear all the engine, take it apart. So I have time for that. I'm driving on another car. I'm using all the time another car. The same cars, to have the same cars, the same model, same brand. More easier to find spare parts for them. Two kits I want to buy for two cars if I found them on sale. Because now, yes, I want to admit this is not so easy to find spare parts for these old cars. Yes, special car shops with big margin, they want to offer you the spare parts from their storage when they buying this car. These spare parts was cheap. They storing them on their shelves, and they offer they will be more expensive. They want to get this margin. Their way to live, this way to make money. They want to offer you these spare parts more expensive because they suppose that classic car affordable for you. That means this is a reasonable price for you if you have money for repair old car, for maintenance, so you can buy these parts little bit expensive than average parts. But yes, a lot of parts interchangeable, so you can buy these spare parts in average parts stores. But now not so easy. So thing is that we all socially influenced and pack oriented. Because of that, we buying the same thing as our coworkers, our friends. We don't want. So today we just shed some light on this question. And as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Not often, but in any case, guys think they want a new car is because that's what other guys say they want. Sometimes, not often, guys pack oriented and society influence. And that's because we buy new cars or continue repairing the old ones. But I just have to reiterate that. And how many times you think about that? Press up in the comments. And let's be honest, sometimes you have enough money, but you continue driving around old car. Or you have not enough money and continue driving around old cars and convince others that new cars crap. Or big proponent that all old cars crap and you can't find any in good condition. And try to convince others they're wasting their time too. In all these cases, main thing you should avoid people who fail by giving up. And thing is to get what you want, really want. And people don't want to see others people succeed just because it shines a light on their own inabilities. So always keep in mind, if other dudes can get decent cars, so can you. Thing is what you prefer and be honest with yourself always. And you know my own theory, I want to repeat all the time this thought that you can infinitely cheating others, but if you cheating yourself, you can cheating yourself forever. But others you can cheating for the time. Let's face the facts. If no one driving decent cars, probably there is no decent cars at all. But another thing, if anybody driving decent cars and have no obvious advantages, the harsh truth is because they doing something me and you aren't. Or we just doing nothing to get decent cars. All in all, I want to admit that I'm really satisfied by my old cars. This is really great cars. And I can't find more better design cars if I want to be honest with you. So I never gonna buy new cars, these really great cars. Because I used to these cars and this is a really great cars. Thank you so much for watching to the end.